This week on Football Daily, we're looking at 10 loans that need to be cancelled. A heads up, it's not all bad, as some of these players should never have left their parent clubs, and don't expect to see Gareth Bale, as we've talked about him endlessly already. 10. Cengiz Ünder. We start at Leicester City, where Cengiz Ünder has struggled to make a significant impact. Once considered one of the most exciting prospects in Europe, the Turkish winger joined from Roma in a deal that includes a rumoured £20 million option to buy. But after starting just one game all season, it doesn't seem likely the Foxes will execute that clause. In the 23-year-old's defence, Leicester's exciting push for the top four plus the growth of Harvey Barnes has limited his opportunities, and he's managed to pop up with 2 assists in the little minutes he has been afforded. But sadly for Ünder, he's clearly part of Leicester's backup 11, with Brendan Rodgers admitting it's not easy for the Turkish international, who only 2 seasons ago was a regular in the Champions League. If Ünder harbours any ambitions of playing on Europe's biggest stage once more, he may have to try again back in Italy. 9. Federico Dimarco. The only real chink in Inter Milan's armour is at left wing-back, where the decrepit pairing of Ashley Young and Alexander Kolarov have been largely underwhelming. They're the Nerazzurri's Achilles heel, and to make matters worse, in Federico Dimarco, they own one of the highest performing wing-backs in Italy. He just happens to be on loan at Hellas Verona. The 23-year-old has shone for the Giallo-Blu with 3 goals and 3 assists in just over 1,600 minutes of action. What's more, he completes 2.7 tackles and interceptions per match, ranks 4th in the whole of Serie A for key passes, and is a dead ball specialist. Yet for all this success, the Italian has never been given a chance at the San Siro. Since graduating from Inter's Primavera in 2014, Dimarco has spent much of his career on loan across Italy, and was even sold then bought back from Swiss outfit Sion in 2018. Now reaching his potential, Inter should have considered bringing him back as part of their final push for the title. 8. Felipe Anderson. Everyone associated with West Ham United will be glowing after the Hammers' surprising surge up the league table. That is, everyone but Felipe Anderson, who's been decaying out on loan with Portuguese giants FC Porto. The Brazilian midfielder simply can't catch a break at the Estadio do Dragão, handed only 1 league start and 3 substitute appearances this term. Porto boss Sergio Conceição clearly doesn't fancy him at all, and it was widely expected that the 27-year-old would return to England in January. But after a move for Grêmio forward Pepe was put on hold, Porto decided to keep him. This could prove a disaster for both Anderson and West Ham, who will be appalled to see the market value of their £34 million signing shrinking by the day. Though he did play an hour in a recent draw against Belenenses, the former Lazio star needs to start proving his worth, or face an uncertain future in East London and beyond. 7. Shane Duffy. You'd be hard-pressed to find a Celtic fan particularly thrilled by Brighton's Shane Duffy. The Irish centre-half became one of their headline signings last summer, costing £2 million for the year, with Celtic reportedly agreeing to stomach his £40k per week wages, making him one of the biggest earners in the Scottish Premiership. However, the jury is out over whether this was a worthwhile investment. To Duffy's credit, his numbers are fairly impressive. On average, he wins 5.9 aerial duels per game, makes 1.2 interceptions and 4 clearances too. He's even chipped in with 3 goals and an assist, but he's failed to become a regular starter, with his blunders and errors outshining his good work. There are reports the 29-year-old has struggled to settle in Glasgow, while Celtic's dire attempts to capture a 10th title in a row have only magnified pressure on the squad. This was meant to be a dream move for Duffy, joining the club he supported as a boy, but as Celtic's woeful season drags on, it's quickly becoming a nightmare he can't wait to forget. 6. Rafa Mir. It's no secret Wolverhampton Wanderers have struggled for goals without Raúl Jiménez. In their desperation, they turned to Real Sociedad forward Willian José, a decision that could eventually cost them £18 million. Yet Wolves fans were quick to point out they already owned a goal-scoring striker in the Spanish top flight. Rafa Mir may not be a household name, but the 23-year-old has been excelling for a Huesca side rooted to the bottom of La Liga. He's found the net 6 times, adding to the 9 he scored in just 18 appearances last term during Huesca's successful promotion push. What's more, his 2.6 shots per game is currently better than any player in the Wolves squad. So why haven't they recalled Mir? Truth be told, the former Valencia man was awful in England, failing to score once for his parent club or on loan at Nottingham Forest before heading back to Spain. That said, a forward thrives on confidence, so now could be the perfect time to give Mir another chance. 5. Malang Sarr. In Chelsea's mad summer of business, the one transfer that flew under the radar was Malang Sarr's arrival from Nice. The 22-year-old had run down his contract on the Côte d'Azur, having made over 100 Ligue 1 appearances and become a regular within the congested French national youth system. Costing absolutely nothing, Chelsea seemed to have unearthed a gem. But this is where the optimism goes on pause, as Sarr has taken a step back on loan with FC Porto. The French centre-half has been unable to dislodge Chancellor Mbemba or a 37-year-old Pepe in their defence, starting only 5 games in the league. Though he's featured regularly in European competition, just 0.3 tackles per game is nothing to write home about, while his last 3 starts have all ended in draws. If he wants to avoid becoming another cog in their notorious loan system, he'll have to up his game, as right now that's the direction he's heading in. 4. Andreas Perreira. Manchester United will be concerned at the sight of Diogo Dalot and Andreas Pereira languishing on loan spells in Italy. Dalot at least has made 17 appearances in all competitions for AC Milan, but with Theo Hernandez and Davide Calabria firmly cemented at fullback, the young Portuguese star has never been given a consistent run in the side. Pereira, however, has hardly had a look in at Lazio. With just 2 league starts, the Brazilian has been nothing more than a late substitute option for Simone Inzaghi, but just 2 goal involvements from under 400 minutes all season suggests he's made little impact when summoned from the bench. This should be a real worry to Man United, who had gambled on Pereira impressing in Rome. Lazio had initially offered €10 million to buy the winger permanently, before settling on a loan with a £23.5 million option to buy. But now they would be almost crazy to pay that fee. In fact, United may struggle to shift the 25-year-old at all if his form doesn't improve. 3. Borja Mayoral. Madridistas must be puzzled by the sight of Borja Mayoral on loan with AS Roma. The Spanish forward is no world beater, scoring the odd goal at the Bernabeu and in a spell with Wolfsburg in 2016. But he did net 8 times for Levante last season, suggesting he was ready for a chance at Los Blancos. However, he promptly left for Roma on a 2-year loan, reportedly against the wishes of Zidane, who preferred the 23-year-old to £57 million signing Luka Jovic. And how Madrid could have used him this season. Though Karim Benzema has excelled with 12 league goals, their next highest scorer is Casemiro on 5. And with Jovic back with Eintracht Frankfurt and Mariano Diaz a peripheral figure, Los Merengues are incredibly light up front. Meanwhile, Mayoral has continued to impress, scoring 6 times in Serie A and 4 in the Europa League from just under 1,200 minutes of football. Not even a regular starter in Italy and the exact player Madrid are after, it's no wonder Zidane never wanted him to leave. 2. Loris Karius. Liverpool's loan contingent are enjoying mixed success at their temporary new homes. While Marco Grujic is another struggler at FC Porto, Harry Wilson has shone for Cardiff City, along with Nigerian forward Tayo Awoniyi, who has netted 5 times for Union Berlin. But while he is loving life with the Bundesliga minnows, Loris Karius couldn't be having a worse experience. The German keeper has also been with Die Eisernen this term, but has played a paltry 21 minutes of league football at the time of writing. That is expected to improve, but Bild have already reported there is no chance of Union making the move permanent. If true, it would mark yet another spiral downwards for the 27-year-old, who has never truly recovered from his Champions League final horror show in Kiev. A 2-year loan spell with Besiktas also went sour, after mixed performances and unpaid wages saw Karius pack up and leave Turkey early. Where he goes next is anyone's guess, but rotting on the bench in Berlin is certainly not helping the situation. 1. Lucas Torreira. Things are not going to plan for Lucas Torreira at Atlético Madrid. Los Rojiblancos may be hot favourites for the Spanish crown, but the Uruguayan has contributed little to their title hopes. Sadly for the Arsenal loanee, Atletico's success has come at a cost, with Diego Simeone reluctant to tinker with his side. Unsurprisingly, Torreira has been unable to reproduce his tenacious best, averaging just 1.2 tackles and interceptions per game within the 400 minutes of football he's been afforded. At his best, he can make almost 5 times that number. A number of clubs in Italy, as well as Monaco, tried to sign Torreira back in January, but to no avail. Arsenal are reportedly furious their player hasn't been given a fair chance, with suggestions mooted that Atletico are deliberately trying to devalue the 25-year-old in retaliation for the Gunners signing Thomas Partey last summer. While that seems unlikely, there's no denying that all parties expected more of the loan. So those were 10 loans that need to be cancelled, but who do you think should be heading back to their parent club pronto? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, drop us a like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and you'll never miss an upload. See you next time.